And for Miles and Ryan, how do you describe what you do when someone asks you?
What did you say?
I had to say I kill people. No, you know, basically just say, yeah, make TV for the internet. I guess that's the easiest way for people to you know, explain what.
Mm-hmm.
If you never heard of, you never seen any web series or anything, I guess that's the easiest way. And then if they've heard of that, then like, oh, okay, then talk about it more. So
Yeah, I basically say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
TV on the internet.
And do both of your companies specialize only in webisodes or social shows?
So for our company, everything that we do has to have a online, you know, social component. However, we are starting to do things that are more cross-platform. So, like this new show that I would mention, Harper's Globe, is a companion series to Harper's Island, which is a TV show. We didn't create the TV show, but it's interacting with the TV show. There's some things that we're working on that are truly cross-platform, where we'll create the TV show and the online and everything. So for us, as long as there's an online component, we'll do it.
But I thought it was interesting that you're actually launching before the TV show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you know, Harper's will go live on the 18th is the first episode, and then the TV show doesn't launch until April 9th. So we kind of are leading into it.
Right. Mary, what is the difference between online shows and shows that are specifically made for television? Do you know the similarities and differences between them?
Well, they're shorter. We don't watch 24 minutes on the internet. The average, I don't know what the average length of your shows, but the average lengths run between 5 and 9 minutes. And that, you know, people have studied this. How long do people really want to watch? And you also have to think about people who are using handhelds or using mobile. So it's like, how long can you stand in line at the grocery store and watch this? So that's one of the big differences, the length. And the other big difference is, in some ways, you can't have these episodics that just keep on building and building and building, because you have to sort of, you know, if someone can't get back for 3 weeks, they can't just be sort of launched in nowhere land.
Yeah, I mean we've tried a lot of different formats. We've always done daily content because people like daily content online. But the daily content, if it's two minutes long, we couldn't tell a complete narrative. So for both The Resistance, which was the last LG15 show that we did, and then for Harper's Globe, we kind of took a hybrid where we did a weekly episode that was kind of like a TV episode that was about 5 to 8 minutes long. And then that weekly episode was actually really a composite of the daily content that had been posted over the course of the week. And that might have been a text blog or like a 2-minute video or a photograph or something like that.
And some of the stuff you're doing, which is really important, is that people see these, they watch them, and then you have blogs attached to yours. So it's continuous.
Yeah, we have a whole social network.
Right.
I mean, so for both The Resistance and for Harper's, especially for Harper's because it's the newest version of our software, it's a complete social network, and it links into third-party sites. So if you're a user, you can come to the site, sign up for a profile page. You can link your YouTube account. You can link your Twitter account. Not right now, but eventually you'll be able to link your Facebook and MySpace friends and stuff like that. And so we're trying to make it like a super social experience, and characters are posting blogs and photos and videos and all this stuff.
And that's a huge difference between TV and what we're doing.
You can do that on TV.
Because you couldn't do that. Well, you could do it, but you'd have to send everyone to the internet.
Right.
And this way, everyone's just on the on the internet, and they start creating their own social networks.
Yeah.
And they create friends that there are friends made in cyberspace, and they actually become great friends.
Yeah, and they'll create their own storylines. They'll play characters and stuff like that. So.
And sometimes they actually start. Have you ever had anyone suggest a storyline to you that you've used?
Oh yeah, I mean, well, so for LG15, we've had fan series that they've actually been producing on their own, anywhere from 5 to 8 of them at a given time. And then we just did a thing called LG15, The Show Is Yours, and we actually had like 15 pilot submissions or something like that, and there was a winning group in Australia, and they're producing their own LG15 series and running it on the site.
All right, that's perfect that you got into that, because I actually want to speak with you about Lonely Girl 15. Just so everyone knows, Lonely Girl was a web-based video series on YouTube that started in 2006, right? And it was focused on the life of a fictional teenage girl named Bree, right? Is that
Yeah, that's right. That's
okay.
Good summary.
All right.
Better than I do.
How did you create it? I mean, where did you get this idea?
So, I think kind of like Ryan, I wanted to be a filmmaker, and like when I grew up in LA, and I really liked that kind of stuff, and I got sort of sidetracked and became a doctor and went to medical school and was doing a whole different thing. Quit, moved back to LA, And this was right when video podcasting was getting popular, so Rocket Boom and Ask a Ninja and stuff like that were appearing, and I was following them pretty actively. And I saw the Chronicles of Narnia Lazy Sunday video from Saturday Night Live that was on YouTube, and I discovered YouTube and started watching tons of videos on YouTube. And I noticed that either the popular videos were either like clips from The Daily Show, or they were these kids video blogging. Like literally a random kid would get 500,000 views talking about nothing. And there was something super compelling about just the format, the way it was shot. And so I was falling asleep one night and I had this idea, what if there was a character and what if one of these video bloggers was actually a character, and there was a story that slowly evolved, and it seemed like it was real, but it wasn't real, etc.
Right. Did you think viewers knew that Lonely Girl was fictional from the start?
I mean, I think deep down most people did. I mean, from day one, people were commenting and saying that she looked older than she said she was. Within 2 videos, people were talking about the lighting and that the production looked too good. Even though the equipment we were using was literally a window for light and a webcam, we spent a lot of time and put a lot of care into it to make it look good. So yeah, and certainly by like, a few weeks into it, everyone was saying, is it real or is it not? Because deep down they probably were thinking.
Right.
But everybody's talking about it.
But they were talking about it.
Yeah.
And we liked that. That was great.
It got so much attention. Did you know that it would get that much attention when you started and thought of the idea?
We certainly hoped that it would.
Right.
I mean, it definitely felt like the timing was right, and I definitely, when I had the idea, and then I told it to my friend Mesh, and who co-wrote it with me, and told my friend Greg about it and all this, we definitely all felt like this could be big, and most importantly, if we didn't do it and somebody else did, we'd like be kicking ourselves in the butt for the next 20 years.
Okay, and then what is Kate Modern? This was after Lonely Girl, because there was a couple seasons of Lonely Girl.
Yeah, so Lonely Girl ran for 2 years, and there were like 3 seasons of Lonely Girl. We did a spin-off in England called Kate Modern, and basically we partnered with a company called Bebo. We flew out to England, and we produced it locally in England for, I was out there for 3 months, and we hired a team of people, and then they produced the show for a full year. It ran for 2 seasons. Yeah, and then we did actually a Polish language version of Lonely Girl called Nikola, which if anybody speaks Polish, they can go to Nikola with the number 1, N1, CKOLA.pl, and you can watch that.
That's great.
Which is very, very cool.
And Ryan, I want to talk to you about one of your projects that you actually did with WB.com. The WB shut down and now has come back online making webisodes. Why do you think they're doing this?
Well, the WB is such a big brand, and then the whole thing with them merging, CW and all that stuff, they wanted to bring it back, so they decided to put it on all their shows that everybody loved on the WB, put it online, and then they also wanted to do some new original web series. So they came to us, or we had this idea that we were pitching around to different studios, and
yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Did they come to you, or do you pitch the idea to them?
We pitched it to a bunch of people, and so we went with them. We thought that would be the best fit for the show, and we were shooting it before they even got everything set up. They weren't even really, the WB.com wasn't even ready to go, so they didn't have their crew together. So we were shooting already because we moved pretty fast, because we got to, and this thing, because usually if you're doing a TV show, it takes forever for it to get shot and wrote, and
Yeah. So is the entire series? I'm sorry, it's Sorority Forever is what we're talking about. And is the entire series written in advance and all filmed at once, and then you break it up into the little I'm sorry, how long were they? Were they like 10 minutes?
They're 2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes, and then are they broken up after it's all filmed already?
Well, we have each 2 to 3 minutes is scripted out, and then we shoot it all at once because some of them in the same locations. So we shoot it all at once, and then we cut it together. But they're written specifically for an episode.
Okay.